Okay, so staying with the Drug Law Enforcement Agency, that's NDLEA, it has confirmed that youths in Borno drink 10-year-old human urine and lizard dung to get high. The anti-drug agency issued a warning expressing concern about the use of unconventional substances by youths in Borno State as a substitute for hard drugs. According to Ilyas Umani, the commander of narcotics in Borno State, individuals are resorting to consuming fermented human urine that has been preserved for over 10 days, along with other peculiar substances like lizard dung, camel urine, Lipton soaked in gin, mentholated spirits mixed with soft drinks, as well as inhaling toilet fumes and gutter death in their pursuit of intoxication. Mani highlighted the prevalent abuse of psychoactive substances amongst the youth, including cannabis sativa, skunk, codeine-laced cough syrup, tramadol, Rofinol, diazepam, and pentazocine, rubber solutions, glue, and various other substances. It's really dangerous. Well, let's discuss this menace further as we are being joined by Dr. Hope Omeiza, who specializes in rehabilitating drug addicts in the society. Doctor, very warm welcome to Newsnight. This is quite depressing. You know, fermented urine, donkey urine, lizard, waste and the rest. They've gone psycho or something?
Well, it's unfortunate where we find ourselves today. And yet, thank you so much for having me. The news today, it's quite not just depressing, but it's distressing. In 2017, a research was carried out by the UNODC, NDLA, and other MDAs. And it was found that about 14 million of our youths are indulging in drug abuse. On top of that is marijuana. Now, over the years, we've seen young people try to innovate into other non-conventional substances that they abuse. And so today you can have a 5-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old, just stay in the comfort of their homes and get high on substances that can be gotten within the confines of their homes. So it's not until a young person steps out of the house that he or she has access to these substances anymore.
A 9-year-old, a 10-year-old, who would they have copied? Where would they have copied that from? Where would they have gotten it?
Yeah, let's not forget that this 9-year-old, 10-year-old, they attend schools, they attend public gatherings, church gatherings, mosque gatherings. As a matter of fact, Dr. Hope sitting here with you today was a user. I didn't get it, at the age of 11 years, I started to use. Okay, so, and I got into this from a religious gathering. Okay, so that's why it's important that we must begin to, instead of crying about this, crying woe about this, we must begin to gear policies and programs, okay, that are targeted at different age groups and different target group population in preventing drug abuse. At the same time, it is becoming more important now to also look at treating those who suffer addiction. As you said, you're asking if these people are already gone psycho. Sincerely, I've always said it, addiction is a mental illness. But it may not be proper to say, oh, they are psycho, because that may be stigmatizing in a sense. But then, they have a challenge. It's a sickness, a disease. It's the same way somebody has malaria, which is recurrent. It's the same way somebody has diabetes and hypertension. Now, every person always wants to avoid pain, create pleasure, and increase pleasure. These three things, these three reasons, are top among why people take to drugs. Because there is nobody who just sit down and start taking drugs. There are reasons why. Either a peer is saying, do this, it will get you pleasure, or it will increase pleasure, or it will help you escape pain. And because young people, while growing up, they try to seek identity. They have identity crisis. And so at home, everything the young person is trying to say in the house, you ask the boy to shut up, all his opinion doesn't matter in the house. But it comes to the school where there is a group, a gang, who he is able to identify with. He's able to say, oh, this is how to talk in now, this is how to drag our trouser down, nyash level thing, or sagging of our jeans. And so they kind of buy into it. So he finds identity in them, and they begin to believe in what they sell to him. So if this boy has a depressing situation or an emotional problem, he's going to turn to his gang that honors and respects his opinion. So parents must begin to look at respecting the opinions, creating a safe haven for our children to communicate in the house. We must respect them, not just to love them. We must begin to respect them so that when an individual say, come and take codeine, so that you will stop being depressed, you get it off your head, the problems in your head. He's able to come home and say, Mom, a friend said this to me. Dad, a friend said this to me. That way, again, we're also able to identify early signs that can tell us that this person is beginning to use drugs. Okay, so, well, I think maybe beyond the scope of this publication, time to discuss all of these issues on how to identify early signs among young people, especially for parents and guardians. So, but yes, it's a mental illness, and we must begin to appreciate that it is worse than some other pandemics that we are scared of. Drug abuse is a bigger monster.
Yeah, are we doing enough, into schools and the rest in religious organizations to bring this danger, to enlighten particularly the youth, about the dangers of getting involved in this kind of unhealthy vocation?
Yeah, you see, the question we have to divide again into two: who is not doing enough, or who is doing enough? Is it the government? Is it the people? Now, this is not a problem that the government alone can sit down and solve. The community has a role to play. The families they have roles to play. The individuals too have roles to play. So now, for the government, thankfully, you just showed us how the NDLA in Osun State and in Borno State are doing a lot of work. They won't just happen to discover that young people are beginning to take fermented urine and then other substances that are not conventional if they were not actually going into homes, into places to create this awareness and to get on top of this matter. So for us, we have Bobama Roa, for example, who has been on top of this issue, and I'm sure he's not playing with it. And even the drug dealers know that it is not business as usual for them. Now, why the government is doing this, the community must also do their best in ensuring that we can organize. You don't have to wait for government to organize awareness programs in your communities. We have chiefs, traditional rulers, who have communication specialists, the people that go and tell the people on what the chief, the town crier. So they can organize programs for the youth where town crier, announces this program and they come. If you gather, my organization has been, started this again this last year, December, in two communities, Mumba community and Nyanya community.